thinks of a startup, what they think is our IT industry, FMCG. But we have changed the concept that there are a lot of startups who are working so well in the power sector. So we have done a startup awards this time. We have a startup pavilion where the startups will be showcasing their products. So please do visit them. We have launched a product, Elecrama. 700 buyers through RBSM for the pre-scheduled meetings. More than 15,000 pre-scheduled meetings are already decided with the buyers and the exhibitors, apart from all the business what you will do in next 5 days. 300 utility buyers from almost all places of the country. I think this number is already much beyond 300. So, and a special presence of women in power. As a country, the dream of this country is that there is a empowerment all across. So a lot of leaders in women in power has been specifically focus has been made so that women in power become more powerful, and our DG is also a woman. So we have a woman in power already with us. When we say our theme, reimagine energy for the sustainable future, even the smallest of the things, because such a large exhibition, such a large event, almost everybody or who's who of the world in the electrical industry are under one roof. But the smallest of the things, even your lanyards are biodegradable. We have tried our best to provide you so much of water with the bottles and the paper glasses which are biodegradable so that you don't use the plastic bottles. This may sound very small, but this is where we want to walk the talk. Yeah, let us reimagine energy for the sustainable future. Let us do something good for the future of our humankind. And Elecrama is growing. It is a true reflection of Indian capability, Indian industry, aspirations of the electrical industry. And the beauty of Elecrama, as I always say, this is probably the only exhibition in the world which is with the industry, by the industry, for the industry. And I'm again grateful for your presence, sir. Thank you very much. And now I once again welcome you all. Thank you all. Looking forward to have great 5 days together. Let us bring energy, happiness to the world. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What we saw at the inaugural is a true reflection of what India is today. I say that India is great, and the power family of India, the power system of India is also great. I am happy to see I am happy to note the fact that our family seems to have grown. It seems to have tripled or quadrupled from when we met each other 3 or 4 years back. Your Excellency, Mr. Jemu Soda, Honorable Minister of Energy and Power Development, Zimbabwe, Jitendra Agrawal ji, Rohit Pathak ji, Mr. Pascal, other dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy to be here. As I said, we are all one family. And we have a huge responsibility on our shoulders, your shoulders and my shoulders. Our responsibility is to power the growth of the country. I am happy to say that we have been doing that. From 2014, 2015 onwards, it is our sector which has powered the growth of this country. And what we have done, we can be proud of. We connected every village, we connected every hamlet, we connected every home. We connected 2.90, 2 crore 90 lakhs homes in just 19 months. We transformed our country from power deficit to power surplus. We added 178,000 megawatts of capacity from 2014 onwards till date. 178,000 megawatts. Incidentally, much of that was renewable. Much of that was non-fossil. We added 174,000 circuit kilometers of transmission lines connecting our whole country into one grid, running on one frequency, capable of transferring 112,000 megawatts from one part of the country to another. This has emerged as the largest single integrated grid in the world. There are larger transmission lines elsewhere, but they are all segmented. We are one integrated grid, and as such the largest integrated grid in the world. We have powered our country not only by providing electricity, but we have powered our country by being a leader in investments. Imagine the investments which we have put on the ground: 178,000 megawatts of capacity and 174,000 circuit kilometers of transmission lines. Apart from that, about 2.5 lakh crores on strengthening the distribution systems. We added 2,900 plus new substations, upgraded 3,900 plus older substations, added 8.5 lakh circuit kilometers of HC lines, LT lines, 750,000 new transformers, 164,000 circuit kilometers of agricultural feeders. We did all that. Millions and billions of meters. We did all that. The availability of power in rural areas has gone up from 12 hours in 2014, 2015 to 22 and a half hours today. That's in rural areas. In urban areas, the average, the national average is about 23 and a half hours. And this includes, the difficult areas like Rajasthan and the northeast. So we've done a lot. We've done a lot. We can be proud of what we have done. But the challenge has just begun. Now that is something which I was telling my friends here, Jitendra and Rohit, that is what is keeping me tense. The challenge has just begun. Our country is growing at 7%. It's the fastest growing large economy in the world. And it will remain the fastest growing large economy in the world for the coming 2, 3, 4 decades. We'll become the third largest economy by, I think in 2026, 27 we'll become the third largest economy. Now that means that our power demand is growing. Our economy is growing at 7%, my power demand has grown at 10%. This year's growth is 10% more than what it was last year. On a daily basis, my demand is about 20,000 to 25,000 megawatts more than on the corresponding day last year. That my consumption today is 1490 billion units. By 2030, it will be 3,000 billion units. That's conservative. So that's more than double. Today, our power generation capacity is 410 gigawatts, 410,000 megawatts. In 2030, it will have to be 800,000 megawatts. That's again conservative. Doubling our capacity in less than 7 years from now is the challenge which is there before us. And it will double again by 2047. Now imagine the quantum of transmission lines we have to add. Now we just decided that we'll put 500 gigawatts out of the 800 gigawatts which we'll establish by 2030 will be non-fossil. Now for that we calculated the investments required in transmission. I require to invest 2,44,000 crores more from what I have invested in the transmission. The scale of the transmission lines, HT lines, LT lines, transformers, meters required between now and 2030 will just double. Imagine doubling the present stock of what India has in the next 7 years. That's what you have to do. That's what we have to do. That's the huge, huge demand which is coming up before you. Huge, huge demand. Staggering. You need that many more LT lines, HT lines, underground cables. The agriculture feeders will be universal. The transformers required. You have to double your manufacturing capacities. And in short order. That's the rate at which we are growing. Years. Now, does that make you tense? It does make me tense. But I am happy also. I am happy that, yes, we are powering India's growth. And if we don't make this, if we don't succeed, the growth rate of our country will come down. So we have to succeed. We have to succeed. Exports are good, yes, absolutely. No doubt about it. We need to export good. But I need, in my country, I need much more of what you are manufacturing in my country. For my growth. That's what we have to do. India has been unshackled. This government has unshackled us. Now the change which we have brought about is that now we work as a team, you and us. We work as a team. Now that's the change. So we discuss things. If we have problems, we solve it. We make sure that there is a level playing field. We make sure that there is transparency. We give you room to grow. But we want you to grow. Because it's you who is adding capacity, not me. It's you who is adding capacity. It's you who is adding that huge number of megawatts and the huge thousands of circuit kilometers of transmission line. You who is making it.
Dear ladies, gentlemen, Honorable Minister Singh, it's really good to see you again. Minister Soda, dear leaders on this panel, I'm very excited to be back to Elecrama. Let's not forget that this event in our industry, and I've been in the industry for the past 36 years, is the biggest event of our industry in the world. I would like also to congratulate IMA for organizing such an event, and I would like to congratulate you for such an opening. And with the introduction of AI, together with the world of electricity, what a better manner to show the inflection of our industry. Now I tell you, it raises a challenge for any speaker in this forum because AI delivers better speeches than we human beings. So now, my name is very complicated, so in our company people call me JPT. So I've decided to name this address ChatGPT. That's my best idea to relate it to AI, right? Look, it's extremely encouraging to see the orientation of India in the field of energy. For me, this year is very special because it's the 6th anniversary of Schneider in the country. And I came for the first time in India 30 years ago. And since that time, I've come every year here, and I visited many and multiple times India. And we've made of India Schneider our 3rd largest business in the world. So I want to thank you all for all your partnership. India's sustainability commitments are bold steps in the fight towards climate change. And what strikes me is that becoming net zero by 2070 and being energy independent by 2047 are the natural objective of anybody who has to deal with energy security and net zero. But what strikes me also is the intelligence of the objective, because when you speak about energy, very often people speak about the supply, and here by 2030 there is a very clear objective of 50% of electricity requirements with renewable, but there is also a requirement on the energy intensity, the demand, which you don't see in many countries, but it's very clear that energy transition starts with the demand. We are all professionals of energy in this room. And I think we bear a huge responsibility to India and to the world. Our first mission, our first objective is to provide safe and reliable energy to anybody in the world and anybody in India, because access to energy and electricity is a passport to a decent life. So that's absolutely our first mission. And then we have to make sure that we support, with what we do, the ambitious plan of development of India. But at the same time, we have a second duty. We have a second duty, which is to reimagine the world of electricity and energy to make it sustainable. Because climate change is first and above all affecting the poor part of the population, farmers, people who are poorer, who are affected by droughts, by water shortages, and by all the problems and the climate disorders created by climate change. So the challenge we face together is to bring together the dimension of energy for all on sustainability, progress on sustainability for everybody on the planet. Great news here, because we are entrepreneurs and we need to be optimists, is that this comes at the same time when technology is disrupting our world. Digital is bringing absolutely a new equation in front of efficiency. We can disrupt the level of efficiency with digital to a completely new level. On electrification, clean electrification revolutions the structure of energy chains and enables decarbonization. There is a need to upgrade every part of the value chain. Generation with cleaner energy production, distribution with smart grids, and more microgrids close to the point of consumption, and the generally forgotten part of the equation, but Satish Pai spoke very well about it. Energy transitions, real energy transition happen from the demand side. Cars will not become electrical because there is more electricity. They will become electrical because somebody has started to design performing, affordable, and sustainable electrical cars. So actually, we think that the priority is on demand, because it will drive the transition and then supply will chase the demand. We just produced at Schneider a study about sustainability in India, and we are issuing the report today in Elecrama. I invite you to read it, and it's very encouraging about the potential that we have here. Our world will be, as was said before, far more digital, all digital, and far more electrical. We believe that electricity 4.0 will be the fuel for this new energy or new electric world, and will be the main driver to the path to net zero. Reinforcing our commitment to sustainability, Schneider Electric is delighted to become the sustainability partner for Elecrama. I invite you, among all, to visit us in our booth, Schneider Electric booth on Larsen Touro booth. You're going to be most welcome to visit us. To support India's vision of carbon, this study shows that we just published that we need to focus on demand, that we need to focus on energy services, and we need to couple the evolution of supply with the evolution of demand. We have even got to a scenario where, rather than going to net zero by 2070, what would it take for India to get to net zero by 2047? And from that point of view, I believe that India has an incredible opportunity in front of it, like no other country. India will see its energy consumption more than double in the next coming 25 years. But in front of that, as the world is going to be much more electric, the electricity consumption will be multiplied by 6, which means that most of the electrical infrastructure and the energy infrastructure of India will be built in the next 25 years. by our generation, by our companies. And think about it. We are seeing the world today, the US, Europe, rebuilding their energy system to be sustainable and spending hundreds of billions of dollars to do that.
For new technologies, green hydrogen, EVSC, grids.
Electric, it analyzes current trends and the evolution of possible energy systems in India all the way up to 2070, and it also illustrates the accelerated scenario of